Today I want to go over perhaps my favorite passage of the Revenge of the Sith novelization. It's when Obi-Wan kind of confronts Padme and just fully admits that he always has known about her and Anakin. It's what we're going to go over, and it takes place just before Obi-Wan takes off for Utapau, as he's kind of telling Padme that he's worried about Anakin. I really enjoy it, hope you do as well, so let's get right into it. Padme looked out to her apartment to see that a Jedi was here. She was hoping it was Anakin, but it was Obi-Wan. The Jedi Master had his back to her. "Obi-Wan," she said breathlessly. Has she been off the following "something happened to Anakin"? How would she explain why this was the first thing out of her mouth? "Has C-3PO offered you anything to drink?" she asked. He turned to her, a frown clearing from his brow. "Senator," he said warmly, "so good to see you again. I apologize for the early hour, and yes, your protocol droid has been quite insistent on offering me refreshment." His frown began to regather. "But as you may guess, this is not a social call. I've come to speak with you about Anakin." Her years in politics had trained her well, even as her heart lurched, and a shrill, "How much does he know?" echoed inside her head. Her face remained only attentively blank. "I was very happy to learn of his appointment to the council," she said. "Yes," Obi-Wan said. "It is perhaps less than he deserves, though I'm afraid it may be more than he can handle. Has he been here to see you?" "Several times," she said evenly. "Something is wrong, isn't it?" she asked. Obi-Wan tilted his head, and a hint of a rueful smile showed through his beard. "You should have been a Jedi," he said. She managed a small laugh. "And you should never go into politics. You're not very good at hiding your feelings." "What is it, Obi-Wan?" "It's Anakin," he said. With his pretense of cheer fading away, he seemed to age before her eyes. He looked very tired and profoundly troubled. "May I sit?" he asked. "Please." She waved him to the couch and lowered herself onto its edge beside him. "Is he in trouble again?" "I certainly hope not," Obi-Wan said. "This is more of a personal matter." He shifted uncomfortably. "He's been put in a difficult position as the Chancellor's representative, but I think there's more to it than that. We had words yesterday, and we parted badly." Her heart sank. He must know, she thought, and he'd come to confront her, to bring their whole lives crashing down around their ears. She ached for Anakin, but her face showed only polite curiosity. "What were these words about?" she asked. "I'm afraid I cannot tell you," he said with a vague, apologetic frown. "Jedi business, you understand." She inclined her head. "Of course." "It's only that, well, I've been a bit worried about him," Obi-Wan said. "I was hoping that he may have talked to you." "What would he talk to me about?" Padme said. She favored him with her best friendly but skeptical smile. "Jedi business?" "Senator." "Padme, please," Obi-Wan said. He gazed into her eyes with nothing on his face but compassion and fatigued anxiety. "I am not blind, Padme, though I have tried to be, for Anakin's sake, and for yours." "What do you mean?" she asked. "Neither of you are very good at hiding your feelings, either." "Obi-Wan," she said. And Obi-Wan replied, "Anakin has loved you since the day you met in that horrible junk shop on Tatooine. He never even tried to hide it, though we do not speak of it. We pretend that I do not know, and I was happy to, because it made him happy. You made him happy, Padme, when nothing else ever truly could." He sighed, his brows drawing together. "And you, Padme, skilled as you are on the Senate floor, cannot hide the light that comes to your eyes when anyone so much as mentions his name. She lurched to her feet. "I can't. Obi-Wan, don't make me talk about this." "I don't mean to hurt you, Padme," Obi-Wan said, "nor even make you uncomfortable. I'm not here to interrogate you. I have no interest in the details of your relationship." She turned away, walking just to be moving, barely conscious on passing through the door. "Then why are you here?" she asked. He followed her respectfully and said, "Anakin is under a great deal of pressure. He carries tremendous responsibilities for a man so young. When I was his age, I still had some years to go as a Padawan. He is changing quickly, and I have some anxiety about what he is changing into. It would be a very great mistake were he to leave the Jedi Order." She blinked as though he'd slapped her. "Why, that seems unlikely, doesn't it?" she asked. "What about this prophecy the Jedi put so much faith in? Isn't he the chosen one?" Obi-Wan said, "I fear that some of his current difficulty has to do with your relationship." If only you knew how much, Padme thought. "What do you want me to do?" she asked aloud. He looked down. "I cannot tell you what to do, Padme. I can only ask you to consider Anakin's best interests. You know the two of you can never be together while he remains in the Order." A bleak chill settled into her chest. "Obi-Wan, I can't talk about this," she said. "Very well," Obi-Wan replied. "But remember that the Jedi are his family. The Order gives his life structure. It gives him a direction. You know how undisciplined Anakin can be. And that's why he's the only Jedi I could ever love, Padme thought, but replied, yes, of course. If his true path leads him away from the Jedi, so be it, Obi-Wan said. But please, for both of your sakes, tread carefully. Be sure, some decisions can never be reversed. Yes, she said slowly, feelingly. I know that too well. He nodded as though he understood, though of course he did not at all. We all do these days, he said, and he had to leave as he found out that General Grievous has been discovered. And that's just the quick Obi-Wan kind of admitting to Padme that he sort of knows. He doesn't fully know at this point that Anakin is the father of her child, that they're married, but he knows that Anakin spends, every waking moment that he can with her. So it's just a good insight, and I wish it's something we got in the movie, but alas, it's not. Anyways, thanks for listening to this one. I'll probably be doing Acolyte videos / streams with PPSW after the episode, so hope you guys check those out. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.